All right, so let's talk about specific hormones of the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. So the first hormone, we're going to start with the anterior pituitary, and the first one I'm going to start with is going to be, thyroid stimulating hormone. Or TSH. And thyroid stimulating hormone comes from the anterior pituitary. It is triggered by TRH, or thyroid releasing hormone, from the hypothalamus. So that causes the secretion of thyroid stimulating hormone. Its target is the thyroid gland, and it stimulates the secretion of T3 and T4, or triiodothyronine and thyroxine. The next hormone is Adrenocorticotropic Hormone, or ACTH. So adrenocorticotropin hormone is secreted again by the anterior pituitary, and it is secreted from the response to corticotropin releasing hormone from the hypothalamus. The target is the adrenal cortex. It targets the adrenal cortex to secrete cortical hormones. So mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids, and androgens. Now, what is a tropic hormone? Because adrenocorticotropic hormone. A tropic hormone is a hormone that is released to a target whose response is to release another hormone. So thyroid stimulating hormone is also a tropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone is a tropic hormone. These releasing hormones are also tropic hormones. Okay? All right, the next one is follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH, and with it comes luteinizing hormone, or LH. Again, they are from the anterior pituitary, and they are released in response to gonadotropin releasing hormone. So what is the target of these two guys? These get released together. So their target are the gonads. So the testes and the ovaries. And they stimulate the secretion of sex hormones. So estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, all of that. They also, follicle stimulating hormone initiates the follicles that are formed in the ovary. It initiates sperm production, and luteinizing hormone stimulates the release of testosterone and estrogen and allows for ovulation. All right, the next hormone is growth hormone. So growth hormone is the first hormone that we are looking at that is not tropic. Okay, its target is most cells, but especially bone and muscle cells. And of course, it comes from the anterior pituitary, and it is stimulated by growth hormone releasing hormone. It targets these bone and muscle cells basically for growth and repair. Okay. The next hormone is prolactin. So prolactin is a little bit different. It does come from the anterior pituitary, but it isn't released due to a releasing hormone. It's actually inhibited. So prolactin inhibiting hormone, which is also dopamine, that stops the mammary gland. So the target is mammary glands. And it stops the production of milk until needed, so pregnancy and having a baby. All right, so that's all of the anterior hormones. So the posterior hormones, so we're talking about post-pit, and the posterior pituitary again secretes hormones that are synthesized by the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus then signals their release. So the first one is oxytocin. And oxytocin targets the uterus for labor contraction. It targets mammary glands. It targets mammary glands for milk letdown. It has an effect on so orgasm, so sexual response, milk ejection. Okay. The next one is ADH. So ADH is anti-diuretic hormone. Its target is the kidney. And it tells the kidney to retain water. Okay, so that is posterior pituitary hormones. Now there is one other hormone here. So I'm going to do there's like an area in here, sort of the intermediate pituitary. And from that, we get melanocyte stimulating hormone, or MSH. So this thing, the target, is melanocytes, and it tells melanocytes to secrete melanin. Which is for pigment. All right, so those are the hormones that come from the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. So it's you should write these down, and it's kind of a good way to study them. Make sure you know what those hormones are that are coming from the pituitary gland and what is making them go. So the releasing hormones that are coming from the hypothalamus.